Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to my new video. And in this video, we'll discuss about how you can prepare for your next job interview. Well, this is one of the most common questions that most of the students and most of the job professionals suffer with, right? As how they should prepare for their next job interview because there's so many things that people lag behind while preparing for the job interviews, right? So in this video you will learn precisely as what are the top 6 things that you should prepare while preparing for your next job interview, right? So let's get started. So as you can see on my screen, the number one thing that you should prepare is you should analyze the job advertisement. Now, analyzing the job advertisement simply means that you should know what the company is actually looking for and is your profile and the company profile, both the things are matching or not. Because if those two things are contradicting, then there's no sense of applying for that job interview, right? So analyze the job advertisement as which are the keywords that are already mentioned in the in the job application or the job advertisement, right? So know how to analyze the job advertisement first, right? Next is doing the research. Now once you have analyzed the job advertisement, now your turn is to do some research, do some stalking. No, not that stalking, but stalking about the company. Know what does the company do? What's what's the actual work of the company? What industry does the company belongs to? What are their products? What are their services? Know some basic stuff that will help you in your job interview, right? So these are some of the main things that you should prepare, right? And the next is practice questions. Now, practice questions simply mean that you should prepare the basic questions that are asked in an interview. And if you have already done, if you are already in a job, then you must be like familiar with the questions that the job interviewer or the HR person, hiring manager asks, right? But if you don't know, if you want me to make a separate video on the job interview questions, then let me know in the comment section below, right? So practice the questions. Now you can search on Google. There will be so many questions regarding the job interview, right? The fourth one is prepare the important documents. Now, important documents, some cases the job advertisement itself is already there that you have to take some certain documents even before coming for the interview, right? So maybe sometimes for the verification purpose or maybe sometimes to just see that whether you are really eligible or not, right? So prepare the important documents, right? And even if the documents are not being mentioned in the job advertisement, then what you can do, you can simply take all your documents and arrange them in a proper manner so that even if the HR manager asks you about some certain document, then you can simply do it as soon as possible. You should not be figuring out as where the document is, right? So gather all your documents in a proper file, right? I'll recommend it. Now, next is prepare your outfits. Now, once you have done, you have analyzed the job, you have done the research, you have practiced the questions, you have prepared all your important documents. Now, you have to prepare your outfit for the interview because, as we say, first impression is the last impression, right? So, prepare your outfit even before preparing for all those things, right? Because you know that you will be having some interviews maybe in a week or maybe after a month, right? So prepare what you're going to wear for that interview. If you have some certain business suits, blazers, coats, like all those things, you can wear that. But even if not, you can simply wear a formal. You can be a formal person, right? You can wear a plain shirt and a formal trouser, right? That will work. Now, last is know how to sell. Now, even like after doing all these five things, the last thing you need to know is how to sell. Now, I've been telling this in my most of the video that selling is everywhere. Selling is an art. If you know how to sell, you can write your own paycheck. And as it is being said that selling is the world's highest paid profession in the entire world. Now, let's talk about selling in a different manner. When was the last time you purchased a smartphone? Or when was the last time you purchased a shirt, a top, a trouser, a jeans, a pair of shoes? When was the last time? Now think of that particular situation. The salesman over there in the shop or in the mall, he or she knows how to sell that particular stuff to you, isn't it? Now think of it. They know how to sell. That's why they were able to sell you. And because selling is a two-way communication, let me tell you, you wanted a pair of shoes, right? You were in need, right? And me as a salesman, I know how to sell. So as a seller, as a salesman, I should be matching your needs first, right? Because until and unless you have a need of the pair of shoes, then no matter how better sales person I am, I won't be able to sell it. And even if I'm able to sell it, then it will be of no use for you, right? So selling is a exchange of value, right? Money comes later, but first is the value exchange, right? You need it and I'm offering it. Similarly, in selling, while you're selling yourself in a job interview, you have to sell yourself on the basis of your skills, your credibility, and the value you can offer to the company, as how much value you can add to the company itself. Right? It should not be just on the basis of that I don't have any job or I'm not paid well enough. I'm looking for a very high paid job. Like you should not talk about the victim mentality approach, right? You should talk in terms of the value, as how much value you can add to that particular company on that particular profile. Make sense? Great. So know how to sell. If you want me to make videos on any of that topic in detail, let me know in the comment section below, right? So these are the six crucial things that one should follow to while preparing for any job interview, right? So this is pretty much like most of things that are really important. And if you follow these things, then you'll be able to perform much better in the job interview, right? So this is it in this video. If you want me to make any video on certain topics, then let me know in the comment section below, right? So let's meet in the next video. Till then, take care. God bless. Cheers. Bye bye. But hold on. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you may get an update or maybe a notification whenever I'm putting a new video on this channel. So let's meet in the next video. God bless. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.